Hello, my name's Danielle Israel. Today I will be discussing student diversity. So I will address what it looks like and the challenges that diverse students can experience in schools regarding disengagement, and how inclusive education and a dialogic approach to teaching and learning can address these challenges and empower diverse students. I will also link this discussion to my own professional teaching philosophy, demonstrating how inclusive practices will enable me to become a teacher change maker. So, what is student diversity? Student diversity refers to the range of differences and nuances within students in a classroom. Historically, the education sector emphasized and valued conformity. Students were only successful when they responded to one way of learning. Thankfully, through vital progressive change, social perceptions are adapting to become more inclusive and responsive to diversity. So, as Ewing highlights, we're living in a world which increasingly recognizes, respects, and celebrates the value and contribution of difference and diversity. So, diversity must be understood through three main aspects. The first is that no two learners are the same, meaning that students respond and receive information and learning experiences differently. Secondly, diversity in this context encompasses many different aspects of one's identity, including cultural and linguistic backgrounds, academic ability, prior knowledge, learning preferences, socioeconomic status, and physical, cognitive, and emotional needs. The third aspect, that is success for each student, will look different. Therefore, our expectations and teaching practices must be individualized for each student. So, diverse students are more likely to experience disengagement in schooling. This often stems from a lack of teacher awareness, which can lead to bias and marginalization, and most importantly, a lack of connection. For example, students from low socioeconomic backgrounds may experience disengagement as having fewer opportunities for learning. They may experience attendance issues and structural barriers, including access to learning resources. This limits their ability to engage. Students with diverse learning styles or learning abilities may experience cognitive overload, boredom, and decreased motivation to learn. And similarly, students who have diverse well-being and emotional support needs may experience disengagement as feelings of isolation. They may struggle to build and maintain friendships. They may focus. They may struggle to focus or participate in their learning. Finally, culturally and linguistically diverse students can experience disengagement that looks like marginalization. It may look like discrimination and or stereotyping. So, to address this issue, teachers must commit to inclusive education. The New South Wales Department of Education defines inclusive education as all students engaging and participating in their learning regardless of individual backgrounds or needs. So, when implementing inclusive practice, the focus is on removing barriers and ensuring that all students feel valued, supported, and empowered to succeed. So, one such strategy is differentiation. So, this is where teachers intentionally adapt their teaching methods and their content to meet the diverse needs of their students. So, this might look like using multiple representations for teaching concepts. So, you might use concrete, visual, and abstract forms to support understanding and challenge the learning at different levels. This strategy aligns with the ATSL Graduate Teaching Standard 3, which is plan for and implement effective teaching and learning. Another strategy is building positive relationships and recognizing diversity as a strength rather than a deficit. So, this strategy is essential for ensuring that students feel valued because of their diverse identities. A teacher should promote inclusion by listening to students, valuing their perspectives, and understanding them as individuals. When teachers are responsive to individual students, they feel respected and supported, and they are more likely to engage positively in their schooling. So this aligns with the ATSL Graduate Teaching Standard 1, Know Students and How They Learn. Finally, another strategy is to build student voice and agency. Providing opportunities for students to be heard and to share their ideas can mean that learning becomes more relevant and engaging to diverse students. The overall outcomes of these practices is increased connection, student engagement, and empowerment. So this ties in closely to the concept of a dialogic approach to teaching and learning. So the fundamental features of a dialogic approach is the implementation of genuine two-way communication, appreciating and utilizing children's funds of knowledge, and equal partnerships in learning. So we can affirm that dialogic pedagogy is a legitimate strategy to which we can prioritize the student voice and improve engagement. A teacher should create positive dialogic experiences by including students in decision making and encourage respectful discussion and collaboration during learning experiences. This practice leads to students feeling validated, and it encourages engagement with learning and with the school environment. So, understanding all of this and reflecting on my teaching philosophy is grounded in kindness and joy, with a focus on ensuring that children feel valued, heard, and respected. I aim to know each student deeply and create a classroom culture that celebrates diversity and the students' funds of knowledge. As a teacher change maker, I will embody the foundations of inclusive education that I've described with the intention of upskilling and emboldening young people to be active and creative citizens to tackle the challenges of tomorrow. To be a teacher change maker, I will intentionally reflect on my practice. So this means that I will create data, keep logs, and set aside time to critically analyze the effectiveness of my teaching, specifically in regards to the way that it supports and engages all learners. This will involve collaborating with the people it impacts, so students, families, and colleagues. And I will seek feedback and set intentional goals to continuously improve. I will make sure that when I reflect, I consider all aspects of my teaching practice, including effectiveness, my motivations, my areas of concerns, and coping strategies. By implementing these strategies and continuously improving through critical reflection, I'm confident I will become a quality teacher who is responsive and who values diversity in my classroom and prioritizes inclusion to ultimately provide opportunities for success for my students. In short, I will become a teacher change maker. Thank you.